Greetings and salutations. I would first and foremost like to welcome you to the It's Just Heavy podcast. If you find yourself here, it means that you would like to be entertained by my thoughts, views, and perspectives that are mine and mine alone and are strictly for entertainment purposes. If at the end of the broadcast you find yourself not liking what you hear, by all means, please unsubscribe, unfollow, and respectfully have the life you deserve. It's heavy. Greetings and salutations. What's poppin', people? I know it's been a while, and admittedly, that is my fault. It is the man in all black, also known as Heavy Mack, and it is the It's Just Heavy podcast. Now, to the people that's known me prior to, they probably know me for the Heavy Thoughts podcast, but you know what the Heavy Thoughts came with? The Heavy Thoughts came with yesteryear, a past from yesteryear. It came with old ideas, old way of doing things, and I'm in my new season. So I figure, I knew I was going to come back and get back in the podcast space, but I wanted to come back and I wanted it to be for real, So I went out and, I got my sound machine, I got the random gunshots for no reason. Sound effects. You know what I'm saying? And when somebody was going to say something stupid, if I ever have somebody on the show and they say something stupid, I just don't agree with it. I hit it with the prices right low. You know what I'm saying? It's so I did a lot of things for me, and I did a lot of things to kind of get back in the bag of presenting and doing for self. And so I went out after I got my wife's permission, because that's important. If you think you finna be married and not spend like a couple $1,000s for some equipment in the house, when you give her a hard time every time she look at something, Amazon related or something sale related or something like that. If you're thinking that's just gonna fly with no problems, then you got another thing coming. So, after getting my wife's permission to get back to the basis of just creating, because that's what I love to do. I love creating. I miss it. You can have all the physical things in the world you want, but it's something about getting back to that bag of just creating, So, when I made all the purchases for the equipment stuff, I got the cameras, 2 angles. Shout out to the 2 angles. Of course, the beautiful artwork that's always been around, finally brought her back out. Soundboard, the good microphone. So, if you step away from it, kind of hear it. But it's the good mic. You know what I'm saying? Spend a lot of money on the good mic. So shout out to the good mic. And listening to a couple of friends of mine. Shout out to my boy DG, who has been telling me. Sorry for the noise in the background. Just getting some stuff. My boy DG, I'm not going to call his full government, but he's been telling me for the longest time. He was like, yo, man, you need to hurry up and get back to creating because you got something to say. I agree, you know what I'm saying, but not in the context he thinks. He thinks I should be famous and, a face that's known all over the world and, just having lines of things set up and lines of things going well. And that's cool for some. It's not for me. It's not my bag. I love the ability to create. And if I can get creative and just get paid just to be creative, ain't got to be rich. Ain't got to be a couple $1 million up. I can take a cool after taxes 85, 90 grand. I'm straight. You go ahead and back me out. I'm good. Anyway, long story less long. It's Just Heavy podcast, the rebrand, the final return. I'm titling this episode The Return of the Mack. I'm pretty sure that was one on the old podcast, but again, out with the old and with the new. It's just me and you. So we made it through our first full week of 2025. I thought about dropping the podcast early, like last week, Sunday. And right now I'm recording this on Saturday, January 11th. I'm missing football for y'all. See, I know it's dedication. It's for real. You know what I'm saying? My second team is the Baltimore Ravens, and last I saw, they was beating up on them boys, man. You know what I'm saying? It was Lamar was giving that work, and I hate to see it because you got the black quarterback versus the black head coach, and neither one of them is getting they just do. Every one of them got to fight for everything. It's too early to make it about racism, but trust me, we'll get there. So I'm not watching the game right now because I'm taking that time out to make sure that I get back to the basics and creating. So I'm creating for the people. So speaking of getting into 2025, some of the things that I'm leaving in 2024. All right. So I already gave you the I'm back speech for real this time. Things that I'm leaving in 2024. Drake beefing with anybody. Don't care about it. Don't want to see it. You lost the last one. You lost the other one with Pusha T. It's not looking good. Just, go ahead and get a little. I am so sorry. To the OVO fans, hey, I wish y'all all the success with the future music and stuff like that coming. But don't let the light skinned bandicoot go out there and beef no more. We don't need to see it. We don't have to see it. Kendrick already came in, did his due diligence, and got that boy up out of here. So we're gonna leave that. We're gonna leave that in 2024. The other thing I'm leaving in 2024 is negative people. I don't know if you've been outside recently. I don't know if you've seen the world recently, but for the most part, everybody's at odds. Everybody got issues. Everybody got problems. Everybody is getting a little antsy to get this World War III popping. And I mean, from a country standpoint, from your neighbor standpoint, from a city standpoint, from a state standpoint. I mean, you got even like rap beefing included. You know what I'm saying? You got Canada beefing with the West Coast. First off, shout out to the, from what I hear, the nicest country in the world. I promise you I don't want that smoke. I'm from America. I have never been to LA. I have no desire to go to LA. Once I figured out that you can literally be shot for wearing the wrong color in the wrong neighborhood. Now, I'm not saying that I'm no bitch or nothing, but I never want to be puzzled why I'm in pain. Does that make sense? I never want to be sitting on the concrete, bleeding, unknown, unbeknownst to me, of who put some hot lead inside of me for the sole reason that I had on a decorative t-shirt with some red in it in a blue neighborhood. That is crazy to me. And for the people that, from what I hear, Canada is very nice individuals. LA ain't a problem you want. So everybody's in their bag of trying to beef. Everybody's in their bag of trying to get aggressive. So one of the things that I'm leaving in 2024, negative people. Why? Because everybody is on their bullshit. And the ones that's on their bullshit, I got enough shit to deal with. I don't want no parts of it. I don't need no parts of it. I don't have to have no parts of it. So if you negative, please, if it involves negativity, it don't involve me. Respectfully. Of course. Get the fuck away from me. Respectfully. With all due respect. Stressing over the internet. Leaving that in 2024. Why? Because the internet is not a real place. Think about it. Prior to the mass representation of internet things that you see, I never knew people to be this self-diagnosed level of depressed ever. See, the reason why y'all depressed is because people have access to seeing somebody not being depressed, or so they thought, or so they think, on the internet. So somebody will say something like, I'm living my best life in the club. I'm doing it big in Bali. I'm getting it busting in Brazil. We litty. We traveling all over the country. Things is amazing. Everything is good. Everything is amazing. It's all love. It's the problem with that is I go out very rarely, but when I do go out, I enjoy people watching. Prior to my past life in law enforcement, people watching is just a part of my anatomy. It's a part of my makeup. It's a part of my identity. It's what I do. And there's nothing funnier than me than watching like young ladies looking at the moment on their phone like, oh, we lit, yeah, we lit, woo, it's a party, we lit. And as soon as they put their phone down, they quiet. Just sitting there, standing around looking crazy, just waiting for that next moment, for that next song, for that next opportunity to make it look like their life is more interesting than what it is. And the reality of it is, it's just, it's not there for me. Like I don't personally want to see the negativity that that the internet wants to provide. I personally don't want to see it because it's not a real place. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not what somebody else is doing that can make you feel good or feel bad. It's not about what Tom and John and Jake and Janice and Sherry and Cheryl and all these. It's got nothing to do with them. If you are miserable because you're looking too much into the internet, if you're staring at the void of the unrealness of what the internet is giving you, stop looking at the internet. Take your phone respectfully, unless you're using it for a long clock. Put that bitch down. Put it in another room. Read a book. Go outside and hug some trees. You know what I'm saying? Go walk barefoot on some grass. I'm a country boy. That's the kind of shit we do. That's the kind of shit I grew up doing. Walking in the backwoods, getting lost for hours in the woods, in the neighborhoods. But you grew up in the South, or if you grew up black, you know to be home by the time the streetlights come on. But we would disappear for hours. That old time feeling is gone, and a lot of people don't have no interest in getting it back, because to have access to somebody at any point in time that's on the other side of the globe, to have access to somebody that you otherwise would have never seen, and then in doing that, you can see them living their best life via social media. It's not real. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not taking that. I'm not taking that, me personally. I'm not taking it into my forward future of life living. Like, I got the opportunity 2 years ago to see my daughter, like the live birth of my daughter. And man, let me tell you, beautiful. It's beautiful. I forgot to grab my phone because I'm looking at this life that I created. I'm looking at this life that I'm now responsible for. I'm watching my daughter take her first breaths, and man, it's something so surreal about watching that. And when you see it, it changes something inside of you. You know, that's why, like, a large part of me, I walked away from the social media game during that time period, because I really wanted to focus on making sure that I was present, making sure that, I wasn't taking pictures of my daughter or scrolling through, doing doom strolling when I could have been sleeping, because man, them newborns, they make sure that's its own form of torture. Having a kid is its own form of torture. I love my daughter to life. I really do. Don't recommend parenthood. It is the worst hood in America. I would rather sleep butt booty naked on Skid Row than recommend parenthood to somebody that's not mentally, physically, emotionally, and most important, financially ready for that shit. 'Cause that shit is expensive. It's crazy. It's rewarding. It's annoying. It's stupid. It's fun. It's a lot. And, we figured it out. But if I would have been living through my phone, I would have missed out those moments of her first breaths, cutting the umbilical cord, making sure that my wife was good, because she's, hormones, things. If you don't know about postpartum, fellas, I give, it's something about having a kid where I give women a little bit more grace for being crazy, because the reality of it is, man, I mean, they got a body full of hormones, especially after they drop off a baby. It's man, I saw my wife go from happy to like erratically crazy in no time flat, and I'm just like, yeah, I got the baby. You go ahead, lay down. I don't have the milk to feed her, but I'll figure it out, because she was tired and we both were tired. But that changed something inside of me that kind of made me wake up and realize the internet is not a real place. People aren't entitled to anything in your life. You're not entitled to anybody in their life. It's just, if you want to stay in contact with people, do that, but find healthier ways to do it, man. Go back to writing letters. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of y'all motherfuckers don't even know how to send a proper letter. If I asked you right now to mail a letter, you couldn't tell me which side goes on the sender or the receiver, and you pick up mail every day. A lot of y'all is just losing it out here. But I digress. I'm not gonna jump in that bag. We talking about things that we leaving in 2024 and stressing over the internet. That's on the top of the list. All my side chicks. Hey, it was fun. It's a good time. I appreciate, you respecting my relationship while disrespecting your own. It was good times. Give yourselves a round of applause. Yeah. Because side chicks are people too. Side chicks, they're people too. And you got to show love for your people when they show love for you. So I'm leaving side chicks in the past, not because I want my marriage to be happy, but because I'm just tired. I am tired. I got way too much shit to do. And if you're asking me to sacrifice a 10-minute nut over the opportunity of creating or spending time with my daughter or trying to build something like a business and just vacationing, I don't have the time for side chicks. So respect to y'all. Salute to the ones that was disrespecting their relationships. I hope you and your partners find your way back to love. But, don't call me no more. It's a wrap for that. All of the let me see here. What else are we leaving in 2024? Yeah. Oh yeah. This is the last one. People that's living in the past. That kind of goes back to almost an internet conversation for me, because it's gone. There's nothing you can do about it. It's gone. Whatever happened in yesteryear ain't worth talking about. It's not worth beefing over. It's not worth having it out with. It's not worth none of that. So for me personally, if you are living in the past, if you peaked in high school and that's all you got to go on, if you got that same old story of, hey, yo, Mac, remember that time 12, 13 years ago when we was XYZ, whoop, 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 so on and so forth? Yeah, I remember that time. I remember it every time you bring it up because that's the only story you got. For real, you can outgrow people. I realized that in the last 3 years of my life. I live by the creed of I've never lost a friend. I merely outgrew the conversation that brought us together. And that's okay. That's okay. A lot of people going to be in their feelings thinking, well, you think you're better than, no. It's not that I think I'm better, but I'm about evolving. I'm about growth. So if we're not growing, then where we going? What are we doing for real? What are we doing for real? Are we just sitting down shooting the shit for no rhyme or reason? Are we actually trying to be positive and make moves and, be on the forefront of let's take it to this next level? What are we doing for real? And a lot of people can't answer that question. A lot of people are stuck in that mode of just being stuck with where they was at. And that's fine. Be where you at. That's cool. For me personally, I've invested too much time, energy into the life that I have to reminisce and only have the ability of living a life that I've already lived. That to me, that's crazy work. So all of those things are being left in 2024, never to be opening the door for it again. It was nice seeing you. It was nice having you a part of the process that is my life, but you will no longer have access or associations with my present, therefore never be seen in my future. I wish everything from the 2024s going back, all the best. For real. Now, what do we got coming up in 2025? So, a lot of things happen. And again, I haven't been podcasting. My last podcast that I put out on the Heavy Thoughts podcast was, I think it was about a year ago. Myself, Thick Bat Nicky Jack. Shout out to the Dog Gang. Shout out to Thick Bat Nicky Jack. We did a pod last year, January. Yeah. And that was the last time I put out a pod. It's a lot of things I wanted to talk about, a lot of things I wanted to speak on. But again, we moving forward, but subtle things that I do have to talk about because it's not a part of the 2024. It followed me into 2025. One of the things that followed me in 2025. My daughter. I left her upstairs, and the next morning, which was the next year, she was still right there. Sounds crazy, but bring her into 2025. So a lot more sleepless nights. Shout out to my baby girl. Daddy loves you. My wife, for whatever rhyme and reason, she tolerates me. Marriage is hard. It is hard. It's a process. It's ever growing, and it's ever showing the capabilities and stuff that I myself need to be working on to present myself in the best ways of showing up for my wife. So my wife is come with me in 2025. Stay tuned. We'll see if we make it to 2026 because life be lifing. Adult 45. Shout out to Donald Trump, man. Round of applause for Donald Trump. He made it back. Donald Trump has been reelected and is making it back into the White House. We're going to talk more about that later, but that is something that is coming with me in 2025. And by me, I mean we as in all Americans, not Republicans, not Democrats, but everybody. Whether you voted or whether you didn't, whether you here legally or illegally, Donald Trump is back in the White House for the next 4 years. Maybe. We'll see. That's what it is. So we'll go on a deeper dive on that. I'm not even ashamed to tell you about my voting process and all that. But again, we'll get into that later on. But that's come with me in 2025. And lastly, and most importantly, good energy, peace of mind, and good mental health, man. Just not stressing over bullshit. So good energy. I heard a story this week about a young lady, Money Long, I believe is her name. And she was talking about how she was having a session with J. Cole. And J. Cole had walked into the session. And apparently she had been talking about other people, about other situations or whatever. Things that ain't got nothing to do with positivity. She said J. Cole sat down for 2 minutes, didn't say much of nothing, got up and left. Now, if you remember, and for those white people that may be tuning in, J. Cole is the rapper that bowed, like he sent the beef track to Kendrick Lamar during the Drake and Kendrick beef, but also apologized for it, took it off the internet. He didn't want no problems. That's J. Cole. J. Cole is very positive. He's all about positivity, all about good vibes, good energy. So me personally, that's kind of the same move I'm on. If I walk into a room and you talking crazy about somebody, I'm leaving. I'm up out of there. I gotta get up out of there. I gotta get up out of there. Gotta get up out of there. Cannot stay. Because I don't need that negativity feeding into my system. And on top of that, like, if you can say it to a room full of people about a person that you got problems with, about a person that you got beef with, if you can do all of that and not say it to the person, I already lose respect for you in a lot of ways, me personally. So if you can't say it to that person, don't talk to me about somebody that you have the ability and capability of speaking to. That's weird to me. That's weirdo work. That is not, that's not for me in my almost 40 years of living. So I don't have it. I don't have it. I don't want no parts of it. I'm trying to keep my mental health strong because, again, parenting is hard. Marriage is hard. And stressing over shit that ain't got shit to do with me, I can't. I'm sorry. So good mental health, good vibes, good energy. That's all the stuff I'm taking into 2025. And that's where I'm at with it. Now, because I wasn't partying, because I didn't have all of this fancy equipment and all of these multiple cameras and the ring light with the special glasses because I'm staring at computer screens all day. Because I didn't have that, I didn't really get the opportunity of going into a deep dive of sports. Now, when I talk about sports, understand this, excuse me. I'm American, born and bred, proud of it, love it, is what it is. A part of being American means that you usually have Black American. You usually have a immediate love with either football or basketball. Those are your primary sports for the primary and the predominant levels of African Americans. Football season. I am a Carolina Panthers fan. I didn't say die hard, but I am a Carolina Panthers fan. And it was rough. It was rough watching them this year. But towards the end, things got better. Now, we did complete our season with 5-12. So, but we was third in the NFC South. Shout out to that. And most importantly, Bryce is starting to find his rhythm. Now, I don't know if y'all noticed or not, but Bryce, anytime that Carolina Panthers won a game, no bullshit, a coach got fired. I'm serious. Like, out of the 5 games that we won, the Las Vegas Raiders lost their coach, and the New Orleans Saints, which is a conference team, lost their coach. So, I mean, I'm just saying, Bryce the Reaper, man, the Sleeper Reaper Bryce, when Andy Dalton went down and Bryce had to come back in, and he started to find his rhythm. I mean, it took him a little while because he is on the smaller side as far as quarterbacks, but if Drew Brees can, be all right in the NFL, I think Bryce can do it too. We got to develop a offensive line to really block for him, to really kind of set that precedent where it's like, yo, we got you, we're going to take care of you. And if he can get time to get we get a couple more pieces, some weapons, I think Carolina has the possibility of being maybe 1 or 2 games under 500 next year, or like maybe a game or 2 over, because the defense wasn't bad. They just played a lot. Offense really wasn't doing their part. Offense really wasn't pulling it in. But ultimately, Bryce ended the year with 2,400 yards, total yards, 15 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. We're going to get better with that. And a QBR of just under 55%. Again, there's this expectation of people thinking that these kids are supposed to come in and just, you got to change the whole you got to change the whole team. You got to change everything. You got to be so good. Of course, you was terrible. That's how we got the number 1 pick. Of course, our teams were garbage, but we got the new coach coming in, possibly the same GM that's still garbage, and that wasn't making good decisions to begin with. But this kid that has to come from a college setting is expected to come into the NFL, the National Football League, and change an entire team. It's not that it's impossible, because it does happen, but you're qualifying the exceptions, not the rules. There's not going to be a Cam Newton coming out of college every time. There's not going to be a TJ Stroud coming out. There's not going to be a what's my boy that plays for McDaniel for Washington. These are like rare occasions. You see what I'm saying? Because when Carolina had the first pick a couple years ago, when we had top pick a couple years ago, who did we get? Y'all remember? I remember. I'm a Carolina fan. We got that old crazy boy from Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? Cleveland was like, he went to Cleveland, was stanking it up. It was like, we'll get him down in Carolina, and we'll trade some picks to get him down here. What? Y'all trading picks for him? Really? It's weirdo work. It's terrible. Absolutely garbage. Who was his backup that was just as garbage? Guys playing for the Vikings right now. What happened after they stayed in the NFL and maintained and got a little weight up under them? Plays for the Buccaneers now. I'm not calling these people's names because I'm not shining on them. It's Carolina season. Plays for the Buccaneers in the playoffs. Got a game coming out by the time this podcast is drop. Vikings, same situation. Both of them doing good. So y'all got to give Bryce some time, man. Give Bryce some time. And if you in the NFC South, fuck you. You suck. You know what I'm saying? You're terrible. Horrible individuals. All you Falcons fans, y'all go to hell. Saints fans, I love New Orleans, so I'm not going to talk too crazy on y'all. And Tampa Bay, Mike Evans, you should retire. We had enough of you. Yeah, we need you to retire. All of these 1,000-yard seasons, it's time to get up out of there, buddy. We need you to suck again so Carolina can get a shot, because clearly they ain't going to bring Cam back. We with Bryce right now, so Yeah, we gonna make it. We gonna make it to do what it do. Ultimately, that's where it's at. As far as my team, Carolina Panthers, decent year. What else we got? Dallas is still trash. I still hate y'all. Now, keep in mind, I don't personally have an issue with Dallas Cowboys, the football team. My issue is Dallas Cowboy fans. Every year is y'all year. Every year, I have to listen to my twin brother. Yo, we them boys. We going to the Super Bowl this year. This is our year. We ain't seen it in almost 30 years, but this is our year. I'm okay with delusion, but annoying delusion, that's wicked. That to me is crazy work. How can you be annoying and delusional? Pick a struggle. You got dynasties in the San Francisco 49ers. You got dynasties with the Pittsburgh Steelers. You know what I'm saying? You got a building dynasty in the Kansas City Chiefs. None of their fans are annoying. I mean, except for the 49ers, because, they got the Swifties. And that's annoying in it. I'm sorry, the Chiefs, they got the Swifties, and that's annoying in and of itself. I really can't wait for that relationship to end or for the other Kelsey brother to retire. Because me personally, I'm cool. I'm cool on the whole. Every time he do something, I gotta watch these two offbeat white women do awkward daps in the press box. I just want to watch football. If I wanted to watch women awkwardly dance, I don't know, man. I go to the bingo hall and watch Miss Ethel and them get down when they hit bingo. Me personally, I don't want to see it personally. So, but their fans aren't annoying. You know what I'm saying? Again, these new Swifties, they different. I'm talking about the origin stories of people who really rock with football. Steelers fans, how can you not love the Palomalo era? I ain't talking about Roethlisberger. He was weirdo. How do you not love the Jerome Bettis era? You know what I'm saying? How do you not love the Jerry Rice, the Joe Montanas? How do you not love those eras? How do you not love those eras? Hell, you can say the Patriots. I didn't want Tom Brady to win as much as he did, but you got to respect greatness. I'm not that type of hater where I'm just gonna pretend like, nah, motherfucker ain't great. I can't give it to him. Nah, you got to give it to him. So you got all of these dynasty teams, but I didn't hear the delusion like I hear the delusion with the Cowboys. It's man, we was that deal back in the 90s. Yeah. But one thing the internet has brought out is it's not so much about what you've done. It's what you do now. What have you done for me lately? And lately, that motherfuckers ain't hitting no shit. Y'all still trash. Yeah, y'all still trash. Speaking of Steelers, I got one little racist soundbite. Mike Tomlin still ain't one coach of the year. That's wild to me. I can't name another coach that has coached in the NFL that's never had a losing season, that has a Super Bowl win, and never got coach of the year. Not even a consideration. Not even a consideration. That's wicked. Shout out to you, white man, though. Keep your foot on our necks. We appreciate it. It builds character. Let's see. We're talking about the MVP race. As far as the MVP race, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. All right. So I heard a very interesting take on Get Up this week. And they was talking about Lamar Jackson and how he's a 2-time MVP winner, and Jared Allen could be getting it, or you can look at the quarterback for the Bengals. What's his name? What is his name? I know, Joe Burrow. They're talking about they can get it or whatever, and based on the numbers alone, Lamar should have it, which is cool. But they brought up an interesting point. They said Michael Jordan could have very well won MVP 6 times over. But eventually, it gets to a place where you kind of want somebody else to get it. And I understand that. I would rather, this is just my personal take, because Baltimore is my second team. I would rather Lamar win the Super Bowl, Allen get the MVP. Me personally, I think that would complete the Lamar legacy. It would cement him as, one of the all-time greats because, a lot of people be stuck on this. If you ain't got a ring, you ain't do a thing. Nah, that's not how that works. A lot of people don't have rings, but a lot of people run rings around your team. So, I mean, Dan Marino ain't never got a ring. Ain't he considered one of the greats? So, I mean, I think for me, letting Lamar go to the Super Bowl and winning that thing, hey, whoever can whatever have the MVP race. I'm not tripping on it. But outside of that, if not Lamar, Burrow does make a good case. Joe Burrow, amazing year, over 4,000 total yards, literally dragging a half-ass team to almost making it to the playoffs. So Kansas didn't screw them over in the last second, and lose their last game, keeping them out of the playoffs. Because we know, I promise you, we know. Kansas don't want no part of them Bengals. Kansas City don't want no part of them Bengals. It's always a struggle with them. And I promise you, Burrow was going to find a way to beat Mahomes. And Mahomes would have been up out of there. But we'll see. Better luck next year. We will keep an eye out on the MVP race. Now, as far as the rundowns currently, now again, this podcast is being shot on Saturday night at 10 o'clock p.m. We halfway through. For the Chargers and Texas game, I had the Chargers because, I learned never really bet against that hardball because that boy be doing things. He be finding ways to get it up out of here. Texas had his number tonight, so I was wrong on that. When I turned the TV off, Ravens was beating the Steelers. I don't know if that's still the case. When it comes to the Broncos and the Bills, no disrespect towards the Broncos. I want to go to Colorado. Heard it's a beautiful place. Heard it's a vibe. I would love to go out there. I'm rooting for the Bills. Only because I don't really fuck with Sean Payton. Me personally. I don't really fuck with him. Me personally, I don't really fuck with him. So, Packers and Eagles, of course, I'm going with Jalen because, quarterback's black. It's the only reason. I can give a fuck about the game one way or another. Commanders and Buccaneers, I'm going with Commanders. Vikings and Rams. Honestly, I don't care. I really don't. I think the Rams might have it because Vikings was looking shaky against the Detroit Lions. So, yeah, that's where it's at. That's for the games we got coming up this weekend. As far as other sports, you got hockey and baseball. I don't know about them. Don't care about them. Here's why. Before the whites get mad at me. It's not that I think hockey and baseball aren't interesting. The problem is hockey and baseball is only interesting if you're in the building. My experience, I'm from Charleston, South Carolina. So in Charleston, South Carolina, we have a team called the Charleston Stingrays. Fun time. Amazing time. We have a local baseball team called the River Dogs, owned by Bill Murray. Amazing time. I love watching baseball live. I was this close to going to a Braves game when I was living in Atlanta. All too hyped for it. But some last minute things fell through. It didn't happen, but it is what it is. But and unless I'm going to a game actively, I live in Charlotte. Charlotte, they have a hockey, like a minor league hockey team in the vicinity, but I'm not driving 39, 40 miles to go maybe see a game from a team I real life don't know, and being a town where I don't know the people, it might be weird out there. So for the time being, I generally don't give a shit. Tennis talk, hey, it's simple. I'm going black first. Shout out Coco Golf. I'm hoping she wins the Australian Open. Then I'm going to the brownish side of things. Carlos is very entertaining to watch. And then I'm going to Americans. Whoever else is left. That's where I'm at with it. Again, I'm not racist. I'm just rooting for people that is, look like me and also represent the country. So, Coco, you killed two birds with one stone. Basketball talk. Basketball's trash until football season's over. I said it. Yeah. Round of applause for me. I said it. Basketball is absolute garbage until football season's over. Personally, no one cares. No one cares less than me. I promise you I don't. I don't. I can't pretend to care. I don't want to care. I don't need to care. It's basketball ain't really fun. It's like it's not really popping until March Madness for the college level. And shout out to the Lady Gamecocks, South Carolina. Shout out Auntie Dawn. You doing your thing. That's when I kind of care about basketball. And even then, there's levels to it. I don't care about the NBA until it's we get into the playoff nitty gritty of who's going to be setting it up for the finals because it's too many games. College, I don't know anything about any male college basketball. Again, I know about the Lady Gamecocks because Dawn Staley, friend of the family, know her personally, so that's always going to be my support. And South Carolina's a home team. So it would be crazy. It'd be absolutely crazy to not, put that in my brain and, keep track of that and also stay in tune with what's going on with them. So that's where I'm at with it. And, that's really my take on sports and everything like that. And now we have to make a slight pivot to celebrity news, which I'm not a huge fan of because, celebrities, it's gossip, it's celebrities, but staying kind of on cue with basketball. There was a story that came up about Drea Mitchell, whatever her name is, 39 years old, takes her 22-year-old son to watch her 22-year-old NBA boyfriend and baby daddy, Jalen Green, play. Wow. You hear that? Crickets. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and say this to get it out of the way. I am an equal opportunist. What's good for the goose is, in my opinion, good for the gander. Here's the problem with that. There was a time, some time back, I heard about Marcus Houston, former R&B singer. Used to be in the Immature group, went solo, has a great song called Naked. Got a lot of cheeks to that in college. A lot of cheeks. Marcus Houston most recently, Marcus Houston is I believe he is 19 years older than his now wife. They got married when she was 19 and he was damn near 40. That's weird for me. Not because of the age thing. It's weird because according to, things you heard, he knew her back when she was younger. And, he was like, yeah, we just became such great friends and, we just really bonded. Me personally, I don't know. And I'm almost 40. I'll be 40 next year. I don't know an 18-year-old. I don't know one personally. I don't go places where 18-year-olds go. I don't hang out in locations where 18-year-olds hang out. I don't frequent places where 18-year-olds frequent. If I hear the word 18 in a vicinity that I'm currently in, and it's not in relation to an aged bottle of wine or scotch or whiskey, I'm gone. I'm up out of there. I'm not sticking around. Yeah, your boy Heavy, we gone. We gone up in that thing. So for me to hear that for the Marcus Houston situation, I don't judge. For me, it's weird because I don't find anything sexy about people that's anything over 12 years my junior, not cute. I'm 38. The youngest The youngest I could talk to. For where I'm at in life, right now, I couldn't talk to nothing under 30, honestly. And that's 8. You talk to somebody 19 years younger than you. 19, that's crazy work. But I bring that up to say, I knew women that was going crazy. Oh my God. It's the end of all things holy. He is grooming and he's getting that young lady. Oh my God. It's the worst thing ever. Word? Word. Drea has a baby with an NBA player that is the same age as her son. Crickets. You ask the ladies, hey, what's wrong with that? Oh, because, she just out there doing her grown woman thing. And then, well, what's the difference between when he did it and when she do it? Like, why does she get grace but he don't? Because he was grooming her. All right. She couldn't have been grooming him? No, because they met when he was already over 18 and da-da-da. But she used to babysit his ex-girlfriend. Y'all don't really know the story to everything. Y'all don't know the backdrop to everything. But y'all will give a woman grace. Y'all will give a woman grace. But won't give a man the same grace. All I'm saying is, first off, all of it's weird to me. All of it's strange. I don't get the appeal of dating people that much younger than you. If I got Hugh Hefner money and I'm 80 years old, I'm going to find me a fly 50-year-old. I'm not Hugh Hefner looking for bouncy, beefy breasted 26 years old. Why? Like maybe it's my mattress, but I wake up tired. What I look like waking up tired, waking up exhausted, like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and roll over and pop one of them things, get this honey pack going so I can have this 26-year-old who don't really know her body get all up on my body. Why? The thought of it makes me tired. The thought of it exhausts me. The thought of it makes me cringe-worthy. Cringe-worthy. Me personally, that's me. I don't like the whole situation. Live and let live. But all I'm saying is the point of bringing up the story was, hey, ladies, keep that same energy. That's all. Just keep the same energy. In the future, keep the same energy. That's it. Everything else, it is what it is. And speaking of shit getting freaky, Fox Sports hit with a sexual harassment lawsuit. Now, according to the story, there was a former hairdresser. Now, this is all stuff that happened this week. Again, I'm catching up on a lot of stuff, but for the most part, everything is happening this week. Former hairdresser Skip Bayless. Is getting a little handsy, a little flirtational. Skip said, according to reports, that he'd give 1.5 mil to smash. 1.5. Now, I know that we live in a time where, a lot of women is proud. I would never. Couldn't be me. 1.5 ain't enough for me. Bet you work at McDonald's. Stop it. Huh? Make sure my fries is hot. Extra salt. Stop it. Stop playing. You go to a job you hate right now on 3 spare tires. And the 4th one is bald, getting ready to go flat. 1.5 mil for Skip Bayless? Stop it. You jumping on it. I know you are. All the motherfuckers heard the story like, I'd have been on that. But according to reports, allegedly, Skip off the 1.5. Yeah. I'm trying to change your life. Trying to get you, trying to have my way with you. I seen the pictures. She was decent. Also named in the lawsuit is one of the executives I don't give a fuck about. But Joy Taylor was named in the lawsuit. Here's why that makes me chuckle, right? It makes me chuckle because there's a lot of things that, was said that Joy said allegedly in the lawsuit, and that's all well and good. That is what it is. But I was a fan of Joy's. I used to fuck with her. I used to rock with Joy the long way. I thought, young, I'm gonna call her black adjacent woman doing her thing, making her ways, getting her rounds, going up through that corporate ladder. And then I heard her on her podcast. Here's the problem. And I promise I'm trying not to sound sexist. I'm trying not to. A lot of y'all women talk too much. Like, everybody don't need podcasts. Like, if you got a hustle, you know what I'm saying, and you want to, have another hustle, I don't knock it. But when you say things that don't age well, when you say things that don't like, because Joy had a take, and I'm not gonna edit it. I'm not gonna put it in here because, again, I don't. Once she said it, I ain't fuck with it. She was talking to a coworker, the other young lady on the podcast, and she was talking about how a friend of hers went on a date, and her friend went on a date, and went on 2 dates, and the guy paid. No big deal. Guy paid for the date. Is what it is. By the 3rd date, guess the guy didn't have his wallet or something happened where the young lady ended up paying. 3rd date, the young lady ended up paying. The guy paid for the first 2. 3rd date, young lady ended up paying. When they were making plans and arranging for the next one, the guy was like, honestly, think it cool, but I don't think we vibe well. I don't think we mesh well. Let's just leave well enough alone. It was nice meeting you. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Sound like a solid way to leave a relationship. Sound like a great way to just be like, yo, wish you all the best in the future, but I'm out. I ain't feeling it. These women proceed to have a conversation that then spans the entire internet of, well, why didn't he send you the money back? Like, because you paid for the date. I couldn't believe I heard what I had heard. What do you mean, send the money back? Well, yeah, because, if he paid for the date and he wasn't interested, like, he should send that money back because you paid your hard-earned working money to pay for that date and such. So he should have sent that money. Like, I would have sent them a cash app like, yo, send me that bread back. So just like, yeah, I'll send him a cash app to give me the money back. So he was like, bet, I'll send you that. Send me the money for the first 2 dates. Oh, no, if you ain't got it, just say you ain't. Yo, stop the cap. Stop the bullshit. Stop the bullshit. That's all garbage. All garbage. When Joy was defending that bullshit, that's when Joy lost me. I was up out of there. Yeah, I'm no longer Team Joy. So don't know how the lawsuit's going to shake out. I know that she has personally not said or posted anything new on social media. Me personally, I don't give a fuck. Don't care. That's such poor messaging. Like, I have a daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at life different when you have kids. And depending on what sex your kid is, you view it from a lens that's like, all right, these are the kind of people I kind of want to mold her like, be like, look at this person, look at that person. It's hard enough trying to find good role models for your kids because kids won't like their parents always. They're going to get to a place where their parents ain't going to be the business. Nah, I don't want to listen to them. I want to listen to what so-and-so is saying. I want to listen to what such and such is saying and so-and-so and such is. So cool. If you're going to be them persons that's going to have my kid's ear, cool. I ain't got no problem with that. Have it. Ain't no problem. But you can't say bullshit like this. You can't. Something is simple. Like, if that's your preference, you got to make sure you speak to that. Because when you set a standard that you live by and then you make other people think that they can live by the same set standard, Joe, you got pretty privilege, baby. Whether you want to admit it or not. You out here looking good. You out here looking, smelling, feeling good, from what I understand. So you got a lot of opportunity, and you surrounded by you surrounded by the top 5% earners in the country. People that can shit out $2 million like nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's the company you keep. So the people that look up to you don't even exist in your orbit, but you giving goofy ass advice like that? For real though. For real though. That's where you at with it. Okay. All right. All the best to all parties involved. Skip, I personally, you've been a LeBron hater. You hate greatness a little too aggressive for me. Like your reference point for greatness is Michael Jordan. I get it, I respect it, but you don't acknowledge the greatness of anybody. Like you hate LeBron that much. Go on, Skip. You go on, get up out of here. Ever since you got Shannon up out of there, you go and get up out of there too. Joy. Hey man. I hope Pretty Privilege helps you in the way. And if it don't, hear what it is, man. All the best. The fat slob on Fox Sports. Although I don't fuck with Joy, I personally don't care for her. At no point would I condone this coon-faced fat fucker that think he can say some shit that's outlandish. Like living your truth. Joy had a video that came back out recently because when you say or do something stupid, people tend to dig up your old shit. So if I ever get famous enough or if I ever get well known enough, I'm sure that there's something from yesteryear that'll come back and it'll come up or whatever. It is what it is. Joy said, if you fine enough, if you funny enough, or if you rich enough, women will throw all of them rules out the goddamn window. All of that high moral, goofy shit like, girl, I got to have this and he got to have. If you fine enough, funny enough, or rich enough, they trying to fuck. Apparently, fat fuck thought that he's, Joy Taylor. Oh, God, she was, and if I was, I had to stay away from her because I know me. Bro, that sounds a little pervy. That sounds pervy. That sounds creepy as fuck. It sounds weird. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. It is very strange. It's odd. You say you have to stay away from a woman because you know how you get. What does that mean, sir? What does that mean? Elaborate a little bit further. Does that mean you gonna do some aggressive stuff without her permission? Is that the waters that we're dabbling in? I promise you, I haven't met a woman, black, white, or indifferent, say anything about your physical appearance. You built like laundry. You built like a laundry basket. You look terrible in the face. You're doing the wishy-washy thing with your hair. You nothing about you. Like she out-earns you, bro. She out-earns you. You can't go anywhere else. Because you shuck and jive for massa so aggressive that you only can be in that one spot. You only can be in that one area. Can't move nowhere else. You got nothing else. And because you don't, it's not the financial part. I know you ain't funny. Funny looking, but not funny, not comical, not comedic. Nothing to where you can laugh her up out them draws. So I'm not facial, not funny, ain't got the money. So stay away from her for why? Because you thought that if you was around her, you were just gonna jump out the window. You'd have landed on your fat ass face. You fat, disgusting fuck. But it's a world where if you tap dance for the right people, you can say whatever the fuck you want online and on TV and nothing will happen. It's fine. But me personally, I don't have no platform. I don't got no platform. Small fish to a big pond to a sea. I ain't nothing yet. Again, this is just my way of creating, get shit off my chest. I don't like it, but I would be remiss if I didn't say you are gross. You are absolutely gross in the face, internally, externally, and I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that. Transitioning into the wildfires. Hey, California, keep your head up. For you weird people that think, well, this is the way that the Lord is he's punishing those blue state people. Y'all are weird, bro. Y'all are weird. Like, y'all not tired of being weird? Y'all not tired of being strange? Y'all not tired of being like, a little off? You think that God is so Republican that he would create forest fires to destroy California because it's a blue state. You do know that just because the state is blue don't mean everybody in it is blue. You do understand that just because the entire state votes one way doesn't mean that everybody there votes the same way. So God just being like, well, guilty by association, burn it all. That's crazy to me. So how do y'all explain how Floridians get their ass whooped by hurricanes every year? What's God don't fuck with y'all either? Like, it's like he like, maybe 10 people die in fires. How many people die in hurricanes every year in Florida? I mean, God don't fuck with y'all. You see how stupid that sounds? Like y'all really want y'all want to be divided so much, man. I don't get it. I don't get why somebody's political affiliation has to mean something so negative and so ugly. Like, I don't understand it. I don't understand how y'all get off on this whole idea and this whole tangent of, oh yeah, well, if they vote for the blue, I can't fuck with them. Oh, if they vote for the red, I can't fuck with them. If they liberal, they conservative, I can't do. Why? Personal preference. I don't eat pork. Doesn't make me a Muslim. Doesn't make me a vegan. Doesn't make me a vegetarian. It just means that inherently, I know that eating pork can raise blood pressure. I've had a couple good years, 2 decades actually with pork. I'm cool on it. But I'm not walking around saying, yo, if you eat pork, you down to get high blood pressure and shit, a brick and all this other goofy shit. Nah, I don't hate people that do. It's my personal choice. We can still go to the cigar bar and kick it. We can still go chill, get some drinks and kick it. We can still vibe. You can have the whole goddamn hog from the rooter to the tutor. That don't change how I think about you. That's you. It's your body, your choice. It's what you do with you is your business. But when you hear some of the goofy shit that people saying, like, this is the reason why. This is the reason why if I ever get to a place where business is moving crazy and numbers are doing good and money is coming in the way I need it to, I gotta get up out of here, bro. Gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta get my family away from the craziness. I don't understand it. Y'all are so gun-ho on wanting to hate people just because. That's weird. That's weirdo work that y'all proud of. I don't understand it. I don't understand how we get to the place where people actively seek people out to hate. Do you know how much energy that takes? I walk away from motherfuckers I can break the jaws of every goddamn day. Because I got a family to go home to. I got a wife that's waiting to love on me. I got a daughter that's waiting to piss me off. I'm not giving that shit up. So what? I can go to an early grave, or I can go spend my time surrounded by 100 different men trying to play protect the booty hole. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Me personally, I'm not doing it. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't. Me personally, I can't. I don't like it. I ain't rocking with it. I ain't here for it. So again, all of that to say, if you think that God is punishing California, you're a weirdo. For real. You should take a hard look at that Bible that you swear by. Maybe introduce yourself to the New Testament. There's a fellow in there I heard of the name of Yahshua or Jesus or Jesus. You might need to get introduced to, because that's wicked work. That's wicked work. Prayers, thoughts, and prayers to everybody in California. I believe I got a cousin that got some friends that out there. My sister-in-law lives out there. From what I heard so far, that they're good. But thoughts and prayers for y'all. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. And speaking of California, one of the fallen soldiers who self-transitioned, his name was Twitch. He self-transitioned December 2022, leaving behind wife and kids. He was the dancing guy on Ellen DeGeneres show. Again, rest in power, King. I hate it had to be you. Your wife, Twitch's wife. He for whatever reason, I really try. I be trying. Like my wife would tell you, I try to give women the benefit of the doubt. But y'all make it too easy. Y'all make it too easy just to, just to not like the goofy shit that y'all be on. Twitch's wife made an article, spoke to some people about all the things that she found while prepping for his funeral. He had a lot of drugs in shoe boxes. Man, why was that? What was the need of that? Your man self-transition. He got up out of here himself. He self-transitioned. Cancer didn't take him away. Gang violence didn't take him away. He wasn't walking home and got car accident. Nothing. He took himself away. He took himself away from you and his kids and everything. And how do you keep that man's good name held to the highest regards? By trying to make yourself sound important. That's not weird to y'all. That's not weirdo work. Somebody say, yeah, my husband used to say, yeah, I found all this drugs. And I just had to tell the world. I had to tell the world. I had to say it. I had to do it. I don't understand it. I don't get it. This is why. This is why the mental health of a man will never be okay. Because it's like 90% of women just don't get it. 5% do. And the other 5% is indifferent. So the 5% that do, we love and support y'all, We really do. The 90%, y'all just find ways. Even in death, you got to disrespect it, man. We didn't need to know that. That's what I'm saying with this internet era. These people feel the need to go into deep information talking about, my husband ain't here to make me pop no more. My career is dead in the water. So let me talk about my husband and the shit that I found that can put him in a darker light because I need to be relevant. Really? All of that so you can be relevant again? In this new age of news and media, I heard this week, I guarantee you, unless she come out with some more shit next week, this story's gone. Done. You went into deeper detail about your husband and whatever demons and devils that he was dealing with to be relevant for a week. I'm going to give you a round of applause because you need that. That's why we do it, right? We do it for validation. Yeah, we do it so we can feel good, right? We do it to make each other feel, we do it so we can feel important. I don't care what I would have found. If my wife I got my kids to worry about. Your kids are going to grow up and read this on the headlines. And I hope you got a good answer on, hey, mommy, why did you feel the need to tell the world about daddy's business? Mommy, why did you feel the need to share that? Hmm? I would never claim to be in that man's brain to know why he self-transitioned. But man, if you can do this to him in death, I can't imagine what you would like in life. So hey, hopefully your kids grow up and you can answer those questions. Because boy, I would love to hear from you just to know exactly what was the reason. That's it. Just what was the reason? That's all. Speaking of crazy bitches, Trey the Truth. For the white people that's listening, Trey the Truth is a rapper based out of Houston, Texas. Real big in community, real stand-up dude. If you look him up, you never hear anything negative about him. I know a lot of y'all got preconceived notions that all rappers are criminals and whatnot have you. All right, cool. Trey the Truth ain't on that list. Trey the Truth is one of the good ones. He's one of the ones that put his money where his mouth is. He's always going above and beyond to take care of people. He was doing more for the people of Texas when they was frozen and underwater and in tight spots than the goddamn governor. That's saying something. So, you ain't got to believe me. Fact check it. Fact check it. Not opinion check it. Fact check it. He had U-Hauls, a truck and supplies coming down to help the people of Texas. When people like Ted Cruz and whatever Governor Hot Wheels was just, out lounging around chilling, he was making some things shake. So is what it is. Trey the Truth. I'm proud to say that it's a story that came out. I heard about it back in August when everything started. But Trey the Truth has been reignited with his daughter. Round of applause for that. Round of applause for that. Trey the Truth was reunited with his daughter after she disappeared in August for what was supposed to be a weekend visit with her mother, who did not have sole custody. Multiple law enforcement agencies, including the FBI and the U.S. Marshals, have been searching for the child. Again, I'm not picking these stories to tell you. I'm not picking these stories to shit on women. I'm not picking these stories to defecate on y'all. Trust me, it's up for y'all. Y'all can do that well enough on your own. I promise. I'm not picking these stories to do that to y'all. But I am saying that the mother of his child kidnapped her daughter to keep her away from his dad. For what? Why? Why would you want to keep a man away from him? He ain't abusing her. So now you got to go to jail. So her daughter, I ain't going to do deep into it. Shout out to Trey the Truth. Congratulations on your daughter coming home, man. Again, round of applause for that. Round of applause for that. I'm not going to go too deep into it. What else we got? All right, in this segment I got to wrap this up soon because, batteries is running low. Again, this is all about trying to get the timing and everything right. White people business. Segment is called White People Business. Things that it's going to affect white people before it affects me. So I figure, still can talk about it. What I got for this week in white people's business. What does the Trump era look like going back into the White House? His new squad. His new squad is a joke. Elon Musk and Vicar Ramanucci, whatever his name is. You can't say you're going to bring jobs to America and then say immediately, but we're going to bring these Indians over to do it. That's weird. That's weird. Because the jobs y'all bringing them over here to do, I would love to take one of them jobs, right? I'd love to get it. I would love to get into technology, because there was a governor, McAllister, over in South Carolina. He had a program where truckers can, people can come in and get their CDLs for free. They can go to welding school for free. If he gets it, why didn't y'all? I don't understand it. Beautiful Republican white man took care of me. I was able to get out of law enforcement, get some extra money I had never seen before, because a guy said, hey, We need it, and we need Americans to do it. Hey, yo, go to these trade schools for free. A $5,000 class, free. All you got to do is go there and pass the class. Chief, I'm up out of here. I'm about to make me some real money, and I ain't got to dodge bullets no more to do it. I'm gone. Huh? Trump picked the man that donated damn near almost $1 trillion to his campaign, and an Indian dude that his head is so far up Trump's ass. I don't know if he's brown for real or just brown from the shit stains. I don't know. I don't like it. Not them two. Them niggas is weird. Wins and loses. He beat Kamala, of course, because he's going back to the White House. Things that Trump talked about as far as his plan once he get into the White House, he had pledged to end the Trump plans to end inflation nightmare, but his policies will include tariffs on imported goods, which might likely fuel the inflation and reverse some of the progress that's been made in the last 2 years. We'll see. We'll see. Trump said something about not taxing overtime. Boy, let me tell you what. If Trump doesn't tax overtime, I might start doing some white man shit. Buying shit that I don't need. Spitting on people because I can. Just doing some rich white people shit. Cause I can. Shout out, yeah, Trump, please, don't tax overtime. Please don't do that. Let's get them taxes up out of here for overtime. He's kind of leaned back on the abortion ban. Trump has said that he has issues that should be left up to the voters in each state. I agree. If you don't like the abortions and things of that nature, either have the money to be prepared to take a trip to a state where you can legally get it, or move to a state where you can legally do it, or do like the rich folk. Have a doctor on standby. Swear to confidentialities, save you some money. Long story short, it's expensive to have sex these days. It's getting expensive. It's getting wild out here. So, hey, may the odds ever be in your favor. Another reason why I'm quitting side chicks. Because, boy, who has the time? I live in a purple state where red people have made it very hard to get abortions. Let me tell you what, before I go to my wife saying, hey, you got a baby on the way, I just as soon give this side chick about $2,000, go take a flight up to New York. Come back clear with a single heartbeat. That's me. That's my opinion. It's my wallet, my choice. Trump has promised to launch one of the largest deportation operations in American history, invoking the notorious operation, I'm not saying that, Mexican immigrants and Mexican Americans since the 1950s under President Dwight Eisenhower. We'll see. We'll see. There's a lot of jobs that illegal aliens do that I know Americans don't want to do. And we'll see what it'll look like. We'll see. Ukraine and Russia. I'm sick of hearing that shit. Trump said he want everybody to stop fighting. Ditto. Because we done sent almost $1 trillion over there. $750 billion to Ukraine. So Ukraine, Russia, Israel, Gaza, all y'all chill the fuck out. All right. Otherwise, hopefully Donald can, just go ahead and pull these motherfuckers out and be like, yep, we just going to pour back all our resources and let y'all sort this shit out. But keep your nukes on your side of the world. Please and thank you. And that's my conclusion of white people business. What shit that ain't got shit to do with me? All right. And this segment is called The Dumbest Things I've Seen on Social Media. Ladies, y'all got to stop hating your men for this cooking with Kaya shit. It's a young black girl twerking and working with her clothes on and cooking basic meals, and a lot of women are mad about it. I don't understand it. Are you mad because your man's looking at a woman cook because you don't? Or is he like obsessing over it? Is he telling you to look at the videos to get some recipe idea? Like, what's the issue? I'm seeing literally people fighting online, fighting their men, cooking with Kaya, cooking, and they are getting upset. They are in an uproar. I don't get it. It's weird. Ladies, stop that weird shit. All right, stop being weird. All right, just Stop being weird. Let me see. Dumbass shit that men have said or done. Red pill men are lost and stuck on stupid. That's self-explanatory. I don't need to go into deeper detail with that. If you are a red pill dude listening to other dudes on how to get women that they say they don't want, like they talk about, I want to get these wholesome, good girl women. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants these OnlyFans sluts, these OF girls. But then try to go get these OF girls. They pass over the women that they claim that they want, or all men should want, to try to go get the women. You're red pillars. Put your phones down. Go leave the house. Hug a tree. Walk in some grass. Go to Target and say hi to a girl. And if she rejects you, don't be mad. Don't say that no woman deserves happiness. Just take it on the chin like a man does. Regroup and try again. Because you listening to a dude that doesn't have any proof. He doesn't have any proof of the end result. Because if the end result is marriage and none of these motherfuckers are married, then you're listening to people voice opinions on things that they don't know nothing about. Because clearly they ain't got to the finish line. They're telling you how to run a race that they have not even come close to finishing. Why? Stop being stupid on purpose. Yeah, man, and that's kind of it for me. I'm going to run in my mouth for an hour and 20 minutes. I like the new style. I like the new swag. I like the new format. Just me talking, getting my shit off unapologetically, just saying what I got to say. And if you got some thoughts, views, and things you want to talk about, or ever wanted to call in, because I got that capability now, because, again, I got the soundboard. We can do talks or whatever. Hit me up for any thoughts, views, and questions on anything. HeavyMack@Outlook.com. HeavyMack@Outlook.com. All social medias is It's Just Heavy, just like the podcast. It's Just Heavy. ITSJUSTHEAVY. All right. And last but not least, my motivational, inspirational thought when it comes to negative people: you shouldn't mind when the big picture of your life don't include them. They won't matter. Once again, man, it's your boy Heavy Mack, and welcome me back to the It's Just Heavy podcast. Thank you guys for having me. I look forward to talking and seeing with y'all soon. I'll see y'all next week. It's all love. It's your boy Heavy. Peace.
It's heavy, baby.